Welcome to another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negro. Now, for the benefit of those of you who are not familiar with this channel or watching this channel for the very first time, the reason why it is called Uncommon Sense is because here we discuss everyday issues where we try to find logical solutions. Unfortunately, not everyone uses logic. So, for that reason, it is called uncommon sense. I apologize for the technical difficulties. It seems to be an ongoing thing with me. Uh, First of all, I just want to give a huge shout out to all those who have already subscribed to the channel. I also want to give a huge shout out to all those who follow me on social media. And I also want to give a huge shout out for all those who allow me to enter into your devices. Now, what I'm going to ask is the following. If you have not done so, please subscribe, like, and hit the bell notification to all. So, therefore, whenever I do prepare content, you will have the opportunity to either catch it live or catch it on the playback. As you can see, I'm feeling much better today. Unfortunately, uh, when I did my stream on Saturday, uh, I was dealing with a cold, and of course, you can tell with my voice. My voice was not exactly at full vigor, as so to speak, but I'm feeling much better. Thank you very much. I do need to let everybody know the subscriber mode is on. So, therefore, anyone who is not a subscriber, if they wish to enter a comment in the chat, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe. Okay? It's not going to hurt you, it's not going to cost you anything. But I am going to ask you that for everyone that's coming in, please hit the like button as you enter. It doesn't cost you anything, and but it does help with my algorithm. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the link for anyone else to join the panel. Now, as you can see by the thumbnail, the discussion is what else your holidays? Oh, I forgot to mention that we're currently live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So the topic for tonight is what are your holiday traditions? Okay. Now, the reason why we're getting into this discussion is due to the fact that we are approaching the holidays. And those are the days starting with Thanksgiving, going into other holidays like Hanukkah, Christmas, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Also, for those of us Latinos, las Días de los Reyes Magos, and otherwise known as Three Kings Day, which is like the Latino Christmas. So what we're going to be talking about, what are our traditions that we have during the holidays. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to share with you what were my traditions as far as the holidays concerned. Then I'm going to share some information regarding other holidays. The majority is going to focus on Christmas, but remember there are other holidays involved. Also, I forgot to mention there's also Kwanzaa, which is from December the 26th to January, I think, this the first or the second. Now, I do appreciate the fact that there are currently 4 people watching the stream, and I just want to say thank you very much. Now, as far as my holidays traditions are concerned, I remember my mother, God rest her soul, when she was alive, and then in her younger days, she would prepare a big spread for all of us on Thanksgiving. Okay, and what would be that big spread? First of course, we would have 20 pound turkey with stuffing and other good stuff inside. We will also prepare other things like ham, candy yams, uh, cranberry sauce, arroz con condures, which is basically rice with peas, maybe some potato salad. Um, my mother will make coquito, okay, and she'll make it by the gallon. Um, so my mother would be taking days to prepare this big spread, and I mean days. Okay, anyone who's been with Latinos know is that it takes days to prepare a feast, and I'm sure that's the same thing in other culture as well. So I'm gonna ask, if anyone wants to chime in um, regarding what some of your holiday traditions, by all means do so on the chat or even join the panel. Now, of course, some of us will go to church on Thanksgiving, okay? Because some of us we choose to acknowledge the fact that we need to be thankful for God, um, for for another year, for the blessings that we receive. But in all fairness, every day is a good day to give thanks. You don't have to wait until the fourth Thursday of November to do so. Okay. So while my mother and my sisters might be preparing the big spread, what do the men do? We watch football games. Okay, because you can always make sure that we like 2 or 3 football games. That'll be on the TV. Sometimes we'll watch holiday movies like "It's a Wonderful Life," which I'm sure people have seen like 89 gazillion million times. Then around 3 o'clock, um, the family would gather around the table, and my father, God rest his soul, as the patriarch of the family, will always say a prayer, but asking God to bless the food, asking God to bless those who prepare the food, and also asking God to bless all those who are not as fortunate as we are. Um, and then after we prayed, if it was say in Spanish, bañamos al ataque. In other words, we pig out. Okay. So you can just imagine this. Everyone with a whole plate full. Okay, you have some chicken, you have turkey, you have ham, you have uh, some sweet potato, you have arroz con condures, and then some cranberry sauce and what have you, and we will eat until we cannot eat anymore. Okay, and then some of us who are adults will have coquito. Okay, and then when it comes to Christmas, okay, and our family, the big night is December the 24th, which is Christmas Eve, which for those of us who are Latino, we often refer to that as La Noche Buena, which literally is translated into Spanish, the good night. Um, we'll have another big spread. Okay, my mother would spend hours cooking a big spread, which consists of ham, arroz con condures, maybe maybe potato salad, um, and of course for dessert we will have arroz con dulce. Oh, another thing, my mother would spend days making pasteles. Okay, One of the things I missed about my mom is the way that she make pasteles. Okay, I mean, and the fact that she made it nice and with a lot of love and a lot of dedication and a lot of effort. So you would get down, you would eat pasteles. Some people eat it with ketchup. Why? I don't know. Okay, I never do that. I think it's kind of like a sacrilege, almost in a way, to eat it with ketchup. It's kind of like Americanize it. I know some other people eat pasteles with um, with hot sauce and whatever. And to all those who are able to eat it with hot sauce, I say, buen provecho. Okay, so after we eat our dinner, we'll have our conduce, and then we used to eat those like kind of like a rock, like a sweet rock candy or what have you. Sometimes we'll have flan, okay, or sometimes we have to just sweet uh, other sweet cakes and what have you. And then we would get together, and then we would exchange gifts on Christmas Eve. And then, of course, we exchange gifts. I make sure that I have always get a gift from my mom and dad and some of my siblings. And of course, my mother always says the same thing. Ay, mi hija, ¿por qué tú gastas dinero sin necesidad? And I say, porque te amo, mommy. I mean, so it's like, why do you spend money on presents that you don't need? Okay, because I love you. Now, of course, we all know that presents and family fellowship and breaking bread, there are some parts, there are parts of Christmas. And of course, we will always go to midnight mass to celebrate the birth of Jesus. Now, I know for some people, um, the big thing about Christmas is the eating. Some people, it's the drinking. Some people, it's the fellowship. Some people, it's being with family. Some people, it's the presence. To me, the most important thing is the birth of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Because without Him, there is no Christmas. That is my belief. I don't expect everyone to accept it. That's perfectly fine. And of course, um, the family would gather again on New Year's Eve, which would be another occasion for a big spread. And usually, more or less the same thing that we ate for Christmas, we will eat for Thanksgiving. So, for New Year's Eve. So, which means between those holidays, you're going to be eating a lot of turkey, you're going to be eating a lot of ham, you're going to be eating arroz con dulces, you're going to eat potato salad, you're going to eat rice and you know other good stuff. And of course, you got to you know go for seconds and thirds on arroz con dulce and things of that nature. We would get together, we would dance, we would listen to music, and around 10 o'clock, we will watch TV. Well, some of us will watch TV. To watch the countdown until the ball drop, and then when it's get close to midnight, the family will get together. We'll count down until midnight came, and then we would wish everyone a happy New Year. Okay, and of course, I do miss those times. Okay, why I miss those times? Because it was a sense of family. Um, Now, I'm not saying that you cannot have, bring back those times again. Because sometimes it could be you have to be a little bit more creative. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read an article. Okay. And I see there are 6 people viewing the stream. And again, I'm gonna ask is that if you want to share your holiday traditions, the link is there if you wish to join the panel. Until then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read an article that I came up from a site called Cozy, and it's called 50 Holiday Traditions for Families. Okay. And again, let me just make this for a second perfectly clear. These are just suggestions. Okay. I'm not saying that you have to do all this, but this is just some things to consider. Okay. Number one, make traditional dishes from your holiday meals and include foods from your culture or foods that you ate growing up. Ask for recipes from relatives to keep your family food tradition alive, which is a good, first of all, this is a good thing because what you're doing is you get to put it into place some of those native foods that you might have eaten in your native in your countries of origin. Number two, organize a cookie baking party. Invite friends and family or a group of your kids' friends as everyone to bring their favorite holiday cookie recipe. Excuse me. Number three, make the same entry for Christmas Eve, such as stew and Christmas Day ham or turkey every year. Or choose a side dish that becomes a yearly tradition, even if it's just for laughs. Number four, make a gingerbread house with your family. Those pre-made sets make it easy and provide you with everything you need. Another option is to use graham crackers, some raw icing, and candy that you save for this purpose. Excuse me. Now, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be discussing neighborhood and community traditions. And again, these are all suggestions. I'm not saying that you have to implement all of them or some of them. What I'm asking is to consider some of these options. Okay? Get a handful of friends together and go caroling. You'll be surprised how well received your singing group is, even if you're out of tune. That might be okay if you're going from house to house to house. I don't know how apartments that would sound, but we'll see. See a local production of The Nutcracker, A Christmas Carol, or another holiday-themed show. Check out holiday lights in your area. Get in the car, turn on your holiday playlight, and find brightly lit houses. Now, one thing I gotta admit, that in some people they do, excuse me, they do, they are very creative when they decorate the outside of their houses. Now, one thing I'm happy to say that here in Rochester, they always have a beautiful holiday display. So what I'm going to be doing is, okay, I see we have a guest here. So I just going to state the following: the views of those who appear on the panel are not necessarily those of the host of the channel. Any attempt to copy the material without the permission of the host of the channel is prohibited. By appearing on the call, you waive your rights to your image. Some of the views that people might hold might be considered offensive to some people. If you do not like the channel, you can block the channel. And now we're going to bring in our guest. If my Wi-Fi cooperates.
Yeah, I know, right? Sup? Anybody hears me?
Good
Okay.
evening. Yeah, I
Good
can hear
evening.
you.
How you doing? How
Okay.
you doing?
So you're the Grinch that stole Christmas.
Nah, actually,
How
I'm
you
the
doing
Grinch that
tonight?
actually stole. I'm doing it right, but I'm actually the Grinch that stole the marijuana though. Nah, but one of the
well, that, well, okay.
yeah, I mean, one of my Christmas traditions that I did was me and my mom. We always used to go to church. This was when I was like maybe in my early teens. We always used to go to church like at midnight. We decorated the
Yes,
house like around maybe after Christmas or to say, and you
okay.
know, then my mom, she always loved to make her pelling. I think it made her
Yes,
sad when I told her I was giving up pork, but she understood after a while.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
what
just want
up,
to acknowledge the
Hazel?
fact that Hazel's in the house. Good evening. How you doing tonight? That was an interesting stream that Radical did earlier today.
I guess I have to see the playback to that.
Yeah. Well, do you remember? Okay, do you remember the individual that talking about how we are racist?
Oh yeah, that fat bastard.
He managed to. Well, he managed to get on the pedal.
All right,
Fortunately, he didn't talk that much.
good. Nah, because I ended up cursing him out during like the back channel or whatsoever. Because like, come on, bro, you like he just made the whole thing ignorant. I was like, yo, I just went up and lost it, and I had to tell Kevin C. I'm like, yeah, I lost it. But that dude was an idiot. We all could agree on that.
Yeah,
But other than that,
and
forget about
it
that.
just said
Forget about that hater. So back to my story. My mom
yes.
used to
Go
make
ahead.
pelmeni every Christmas, and then she used to give like white, like my aunt and my mother. They always used to bake black eyed peas for New Year's. I don't know what for
Mhm.
because they say it's supposed to bring something. I don't know. I just know it just made me it was just how should I say? It was very bad for the bathroom the next day. That's how I never wanted to start my new year, but you know, black eyed peas. It's a color in the bathroom. Um that's yeah. So those are like my the traditions that I had. It was even though I'm Dominican American, like since my mom and my aunt was here, they somewhat conform to American traditions. They didn't do the Noche Buena that much. But then when I started going over to my other Dominican friends' houses or whatsoever, they celebrated Noche Buena. So I was like, all right, well at least I'm getting the Dominican experience. So it's like now when I'm with my wife, we do the Noche Buena or Christmas Day. So, and then on top of it, there was like years after, even though people were doing Noche Buena and whatsoever, I was not really in the Christmas spirit because of the passing of my mother. So it took me like a few years to get back, I guess, quote unquote, mentally on in the holiday spirit.
Yeah. Well, I'm not. I okay. I don't want to say I understand. I can just imagine, because to be perfectly honest, Christmas. of 2020 was not the same because that was the first Christmas without my mom, and
Uh,
it was in the middle of COVID.
yeah, it was like, yeah, it was like with me. Um, it was like with me. The only thing it was like when it was COVID, I only came 2 times to New York. One was like on thank you, Hazel Green. It was like once I went to. It was like when after COVID. This is what's funny about my story of COVID 2020 in New York or over the
Hmm.
world whatsoever.
Yeah.
What happened was me and my wife, we just got engaged just before the lockdown.
Hmm.
So that was like around February 22nd that we
Yeah.
got engaged. And then all this lockdown and everything. So I actually worked through the pandemic until like, I mean, in the beginning days of the pandemic until like April. So they gave us like 3 weeks off in April. So I was just putting all the money whatsoever into my wedding, and then the stimulus
Hmm.
package. All my stimmies went to my wedding. That's all I'm gonna say. And then with all the stuff that was happening, I came back to New York. It was like around September. No, it was like September or October for I need to get some soundproof windows or something like that. As I was saying, um I went like around it was it was like around how should I say, like September stuff to see about the wedding plan and stuff like that cuz at the hall. So around that time, and then I came back to October to meet with my sister, and then I met a friend too. When I set foot on in 42nd Street in the Port Authority,
Hmm.
hey Magic Mulata. It was like nothing but just straight dereliction out there. People fighting people fighting, cursing and everything like that. And it just blew my mind because at first it was dead, right? I'm talking about October 2020. 42nd Street, like at 9 o'clock was dead. And I never seen it dead at 9 o'clock. It just looked like a
Hmm.
straight up ghost. So when I came out, and me and my sister, we were just chilling, and we were just happy to see each other because of whatsoever. Then I met a friend of mine's by the name of Laredo. Me and him, we were just vibing. The next thing you know, we saw like an argument between a boy and a girl. They were cursing each other out, and it was funny. Then after that, I after October, I had months that I did not go. I had like maybe a month that I didn't go to New York, and then I went to New York for my uncle's funeral. No, yeah, no, actually, it was for my uncle's wake or funeral, and I just had to bounce back because of the way that I got my bus ticket. So I had to be there. I paid
Hmm.
my respects, and I had to be out right away because of COVID restrictions or whatsoever.
Yeah.
So, and then 2021, I guess I had more leeway or whatever. But 2020 and 2021 were crazy years. That's all I could say.
Yeah. I just want to acknowledge the fact that Magic Mulata is in the chat. Good evening, Magic. And I just want to let everybody know that both Magic and Don Amando, they have their YouTube channels. So what I'm going to ask that if you have not done so, please subscribe to their channels and check out their content. I just dropped the link in case anybody else wishes to join the panel and to just share some of their holiday traditions. The topic for tonight is holiday traditions. So if anyone feels comfortable in joining the panel, by all means, do so. But Christmas 2020, that was like, I mean, I spent part of the evening with my younger brother, and then I went home, and then from 9 o'clock on for the rest of the evening, I spent Christmas Eve alone because normally I would spend it with my mom.
Yeah. I mean, I understand that. But, on a brighter side, hopefully I'll be in the city like around Thanksgiving time. So who knows?
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
No. Now, Magic, I wanted to know, do you wish to share any holiday traditions with us? It'll be interesting. Now, I know Hazel, she did mention that she does put a lot of electric lights around the house, and then her electric bill usually goes off the roof, but it does create a holiday atmosphere. So, Magic, do you wish to share any holiday traditions? Or maybe there's a particular holiday dish that you love to eat? I never had Dominican food for the holidays. Maybe at some point I'll be blessed with the opportunity because I haven't had any decent Dominican food in so long.
Oh, well, in that case, come through then. If my cousin's doing anything, I'll let her know.
Okay. Yeah. And I see here, Hazel Baton. Yes, I love Christmas lights. Yes, okay. Well, one thing I love about Parkchester is that every year they have this beautiful light display.
Yes.
They really decorate it, and it's one of the highlights of the season. One thing I try to do is I try to do my Christmas shopping in the month of November. Why do I do it in November? First of all, because I want to spend December getting ready for for the holidays, which means, of course, you spend some time reflecting. You spend time with family, and in my case, the family that I have left, and you try to learn from your past mistakes so you don't go into the new year with any unresolved issues because you don't want to do that. You want to approach the new year with a fresh, with a clean slate. Your thoughts, Don Armando?
You know what? After years of sometimes being I'm being in a sad state and everything like that. And you felt that and in my case I felt that I might have lost a lot of stuff I might have had like a lot of regret with my decisions and stuff. I actually agree with that statement because at the end of the day, life goes on and you have to go along with it.
Yeah. And one thing I'm going to be doing this holiday season, of course, I'm going to be doing a lot of reflecting, and of course, my goal is to move forward to the new year. And
Oh, oh, and talking about to the new year. How's everything with your missus going?
uh, let's see. Well, we're still waiting for her to get her visa, visiting visa. So I don't
Right.
know. That could be a problem. I mean, so I don't know whether she'll be spending Christmas here or Christmas in the DR. Um, we do talk regularly. Um, we do try to FaceTime. Um, so, but it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing, and I miss her a lot. But there's a time and there's a season for everything. Um, and she leads a very active life herself. And I see here what Hazel put down. And for the new year, it's legal for Florida to light fireworks. Okay, well, here in New York, that's a no-no. What else is
Thank,
not a no-no here in New York?
nah, thanks to Giuliani. I mean, if you actually look at it, right, like in in Philly, everybody uses the fireworks and everything like that. But thanks to Giuliani, that's why the Chinese community they don't even use their fireworks anymore. Supposedly,
Yeah, yeah. The keyword is supposedly.
yeah. I
Okay.
don't want to get anybody in trouble or anything like that, but you know,
Yeah, I know because we got to. Okay, and I see here, Counter Florida is a blast down there. You know what? I need to come to Florida one of these days. You know what? Uh, maybe I will. But you know what?
yeah,
You know what, Hazel? What you could do is maybe DM me what part of Florida you're in. Don't mention it here because we got a lot of sickles here in these U2 streets. And I think there is some music playing over by Don Armando's side, which is, I mean, unfortunately, look, the fact of the matter is there are times when you have to like put yourself in mute because if not, the music can creep into. And okay, oh, now is not the best time to cut. It's not too hot, not too cold. It's too hot in the summer. Believe me, Hazel, I spent many a summer in Florida during the summertime. Okay, I've been to Kissimmee, I've been to Disney World, I've been to Fort Lauderdale, I've been to Miami. Okay, believe me, I am well aware of the summers over there. Okay,
yeah.
basically,
Yeah, I was there like last year, up in Orlando with the wife because we took the train down there, and it was a trip. And then let's see what else. And then while I was on the cruise, we just wait like 8 hours up in Florida, Port Canaveral. So that wasn't nothing to be done over there, but still, it was Florida. So I just went and connected with some of the people that right there because you know because I didn't really have that much sufficient Wi-Fi on cruise, but I, as soon as I knew I was in American land, I was like, all right, got back. Went up and I talked to some of my peoples, and that was it. And then
okay.
what was funny, what was funny was after my boat left, that's when that storm hit Florida.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You know what?
So,
The last time I've been to Florida was in 2016 when I took my mom to Disney World. That was the last place that she went on vacation when she was alive.
all right. My last
And
time
of course,
before me and my wife went to Florida, my last time to Florida was in 2011 for my friend's wedding,
hmm
and we was up in. I got off on Tampa, and we went to and out and we were chilling in Spring Hill and Brookdale. Or, well, I forgot what the part is called actually. It was Brook something. So we was in Spring Hill. I guess that's all about a part of Hernando County. So me and my friends, we were just chilling. We were
yeah,
supposed to link up, but then one of them caught COVID. So in 2020, in December of 2020. So far, it was a good vacation. I needed it. I'm
yeah.
thinking about taking it one again.
Okay. Well, for the benefit of those of you who are just tuning in, um, the topic for tonight is what are some of your holiday traditions? Okay. Now, of course, me and Don Armando was just chopping it up as regarding some of our, holiday traditions and what have you. And one thing I do want people to bear in mind. Um, the whole purpose is to just to share some ideas regarding possible traditions to share. By all means, it's not meant to create sadness on anyone because we are aware that certain individuals that this is a very lonely time this time of the year. And one thing I would suggest that particularly, you know, and I'm sure that for the people who are lonely, if they wished, we really will boost their spirits if you were invite them to some of your holiday facilities.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I will see you off, Don Jose, and it was a pleasure of you having me on your panel.
Okay, well, thank you very much. So, um, just be safe out there, and we'll chop it up again real soon, hopefully.
Thank you. Stay blessed.
Okay, take care. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to share some other customs, the tradition that um, record your local holiday events on your calendar. Most cities have concerts, festivals, plays, or more to celebrate the season. Um, Now, I don't know about the next one, but go walk door to door delivering Christmas goodies after you make a batch. I don't know about that part. Okay, go visit Santa. Do your research and find out what times of the day are best for this, like big week during the evening. Now, I do know that many department stores they have like their Santas. You also go sledding, ice skating, or other outdoor winter activities with your family. A great time to schedule this is on Christmas Day after the gifts are opened, the meal is eaten, and everyone's getting antsy about from being inside. Now, there's some other traditions to consider. Start the elf on the shelf tradition. Your kids will love it and keep them on their best behavior. And I'm not too sure what that means. Um, Read holiday books before bed each night. The Polar Express, The Santa Mouse, and How the Grinch though Christmas are excellent tales to boost your family's holiday spirit. Go to a tree farm to locate a perfect Christmas tree at home, decorated as a family, or let kids do their thing. Have some treats and hot cider or cocoa in hand to keep the energy levels up. Create a holiday playlist that your family listen to in the car or at home. Don't forget the classes. A White Christmas, or I'll Be Home for Christmas, and the 12 Days of Christmas. Use an advent calendar to count the countdown to Christmas. There are many varieties of advent calendars, from candles that are burned daily to boxes that you open daily. Set aside one night each week to watch a holiday movie or television special, such as Miracle on 31st Street and The Charlie Brown Christmas. I'm not gonna lie, one of my favorite holiday movies is A Charlie Brown Christmas. I mean, poor Charlie Brown. I mean, he means so well, but he does that, whatever he does, it doesn't work out very well. And I can relate to that. Another thing you can do is have your child start an I am a thankful list. Happen at one thing he is thankful for each day. You can turn this into a decoration by having him write on a paper Christmas tree or snowflake that you hang across the fireplace or some other area. Purchase or make a holiday ornament for each child every year. This is a great reason for reminisce during the holiday decorating. Another thing you can do is sit down and with your child and write a letter to Santa. I'm surprised I actually do that now with emails and whatnot. I thought you would send an email. As a family, right? Okay. As a family, write your holiday letter. Each member contribute one memorable moment from the year to be recorded to share with friends and family. Another thing you can do is make holiday decorations yourself. Decorate windows with papered snowflakes, glue glitter onto pine cones, and arrange in a ball. And visit kid-friendly craft sites to get creative and fun ideas that will involve your children. And I see here there was a message that was retracted. I like the family time, taking photos with loved ones and dressing in Christmas matching PJs. Okay. Good evening, Keyshawn. First of all, let me just let everybody know that Keyshawn also has a YouTube channel. So what I'm going to ask that you do the following. If you have not done so, please subscribe to her channel and check her content. She's usually on live on Saturday nights around 8 o'clock. And this Saturday, unless I am mistaken, it will be season 2 of Wine and FaceTime. So I'm going to ask to please show some love to my union sister, subscribe, help her to get her first 100 subs. Because believe me, I know that getting 100 subs, that's a task in itself. Another thing you can do, start holiday village display. Add a new house or shop to your display each year. Also, camp out in front of your Christmas tree one night, keeping the tree lights on, reading holiday stories, and snack on holiday treats. Now, some of these traditions. Okay. Some of these traditions consist of giving back holiday traditions. Okay. Volunteer your time as a family at a soup kitchen or food bank that hands out food to families of need. Okay, because again, we need to be mindful that not everyone is as fortunate as we are. Okay, find a giving tree that allows you to sponsor fam, family in need, or purchase toys for children in need. Go shopping for the items together and donate them. Now, I know every year my agency does do holiday gift drives, and I'm sure that other city agencies do the same because there are many needy families. Go through closets and donate gently used clothing. Coats are particularly useful this time of year to a local shelter. That's very important, particularly in light of fact here in New York. We have many of these asylum seekers or whatever we should call them. And for many of them, they're spending the first winter in New York, and many of them don't have adequate clothing. So, if to donate coats in good condition, that's really you're really doing God's work there. Deliver cookies and treats to your local fire station, police department, and even the staff at your local hospital. After all, they'll be working through the holidays. Okay. Don't forget senior citizens. Volunteer your time at your local senior citizen center or see if there's a giving tree specifically for the residents. Again, one thing we must bear in mind that for our elderly population, this can be a very lonely time, being that they're not near family and their loved ones. So let's let's consider that. Now I'm going to be sharing some holiday gift traditions. Keisha, the link is there if you wish to join the panel. Also, if you have any holiday traditions, you can enter them in the chat. Um, Draw names in your immediate family and make a gift for that person. It can be as easy as a playlist for an MP3 player or a photo book of your family's greatest moments of the year. Gifts have been sent from relatives that are far away, like grandparents. Use Skype or another video chat service when they're open so everyone can share in the joy. Another thing you can do is spend a day, possibly a night, in a local metropolitan area and get your holiday shopping completed. Ask your mom, sister, or sister in law to come along. Excuse me. You can also pick names randomly and only give gifts to the person whose name you draw. Set a dollar limit to keep it even and have fun. If your extended family is large, make a deal among the adults to buy gifts for only the kids of the family. Um, Spend Thanksgiving night planning your Black Friday. Check out all the sales, map your route, and make your list. And the final thing, start a gag gift tradition. Give a funny gift to a family member each year. Pass the gift on to another unsuspecting family member. I don't know about that. Now we're going to be discussing Christmas Eve traditions. Okay, and some of them are very cool. Open one gift on Christmas Eve. Okay. Now, some people open their gifts on Christmas Day. Others open their gifts on Christmas Eve. And then you have others who wait until the Feast of the Epiphany, which is January the 6th, to open up their gifts, which is known in Latino culture as el Día de los Tres Magos, Three Kings Day. Track Santa's progress across the globe on NORAD. What you would do, you're going to Google and you enter Santa's tracking. That will lead you to a link, and you can see where Santa is doing his flight, making stops all over the world. You can also make reindeer food on Christmas Eve, oats and candy sprinkles, and toss it on the lawn for Santa's team of reindeer. I don't know about that. I mean, that might bring rodents more like reindeer. Read The Night Before Christmas at bedtime. You can also leave a trail of gifts from the chimney to the tree so to show Santa's route in the house. Also, get matching pajamas for the kids to wear on Christmas Eve. Talk about a great follow up on Christmas morning. Okay. Now we're going to be talking about Christmas morning, Christmas Day traditions. Open all gifts under the tree at 12:01 a.m. on Christmas Day. This works best with the older kids and teens. Again, we must be mindful that everyone opens the gifts different times of the okay. Some people open the gifts on Christmas Eve. Some people open the gifts on Christmas Day. Some people open the gifts on the Feast of the Epiphany. And if you're Jewish, well, this is Hanukkah. Okay. Don't open presents until after religious services or brunch. Okay. Choose a family member at random to pass out the gifts to everyone. Call or have a video chat with loved ones who aren't able to be with your family. Invite family, friends, and neighbors over Christmas evening for games, dessert, and to decompress from the holiday. Go outside for breakfast and let someone else do the cooking. That sounds like a great idea. Okay, because look, let's keep it a buck. It's like some people like to say. There are people who prefer not to cook on Christmas Day, and to be perfectly honest, you cannot blame them. Now, let me just give you my thoughts. What I just share with everybody is 50 possible traditions that you can share. Now, again, I'm not saying that you have to do all 50. I'm not saying you have to do any of the 50. Okay. What I am saying is these are just some holidays to consider, traditions to consider. Okay. Or you can come up with your own holiday traditions. And that could be fun. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share one more article. Okay. If no one else has a comment after I read the article, I'm going to start to wrap this up. And actually, this is from a website called EF Academy Blog. And what I'm going to share is the top 10 holiday traditions in the US. The holiday season in the United States is a time like no other. As soon as Thanksgiving ends, the country rushes to prepare for the winter holidays. From Christmas movies to extravagant decorations, people stop at nothing to get into the holiday spirit. Here are 10 of our favorite holiday traditions. Number 1, decorate the tree. Whether you get a real tree or a fake one, creating a perfect tree is a classic Christmas activity, complete with lights, tinsel, baubles, and ornaments. Christmas trees are one of the most traditional symbols of the holiday season. Put some holiday music and gather your family and friends to deck the halls as you decorate your tree and get in the Christmas spirit. Number 2, bake Christmas cookies. The holiday season is a time to indulge. A favorite tradition in the U.S. is baking and decorating Christmas cookies. It's typical to use cookie colors to make sugar cookies, though, into holiday shapes like trees, stars, or wreaths. Once the cookies are baked, go crazy with red and green icing and sprinkles to really highlight the holiday season. Number 3, write a letter to Santa and the reindeer. I didn't know reindeer could read. In the US, tradition holds that Santa Claus travels all over the world on Christmas Eve to deliver presents to children everywhere, guided by this trusty team of flying reindeer. Most famously, Rudolph. Santa's sleigh traversed the entire globe all in one night. Many children write letters to Santa to ask for special gifts. The night before Christmas, family leaves out letters and cookies for Santa and carrots for the reindeer. After all, Santa and his team must get hungry with all that traveling. Number 4, look at the twinkling lights. During the holiday season, homes across the U.S. are transformed into winter wonderlands filled with twinkling lights, nativity scenes, Santa figurines, and so much more. It's incredible to look at all the holiday displays. A popular tradition is to walk or drive down on the neighborhood to admire all the beautiful decorations. Some neighborhoods in New York and in Los Angeles, like Tiger Heights in Brooklyn or Candy Cane Lane in LA, put out all the stops. That's true. Number 5, build a gingerbread house. Gingerbread is a food that doesn't get much recognition outside the holiday season, but it shines bright as the star of an important tradition. Building gingerbread houses. You can make your own gingerbread from scratch or buy a kit at a grocery store to make things a little easier. Put your house together and cover it with icing, sprinkles, and gumdrops. You'll end up with a gorgeous creation that tastes good too. Sing Christmas carols. The holiday songbook is practically endless among Christmas songs, both classic and modern. In the US, the age of holiday tradition of caroling is still done today, although it may not be as popular. But as you are in the mood to spread holiday cheer, run up some musical friends and go door to door in your neighborhood singing your favorite Christmas carols. I'm gonna let everybody know my favorite Christmas carol is What Child Is This? Okay. Now the reason why it is my favorite Christmas carol, because to me it highlights the the true meaning of the holiday. And also, that song had a lot of meaning to me, for me, uh, particularly um, two of the times that I was dealing with depression, and I had thoughts of committing suicide. Now, I have shared this on another stream regarding suicide is not the solution, so I would suggest that you refer that you watch that stream. And the reason why that song was so special to me because it really touched my heart and it really administered to me. And it told me that no matter what I'm going through, that there is an answer. That suicide is not the answer, God is the answer. And I see here we have the intro Barbarika in the chat. Good evening, sir. And I see here there's a comment saying, because on my own lost this holiday say songs are going to be extra depressing. Um, I'm not going to lie, Ramon. The Christmas of 2020 was very difficult for me. Okay, and I can just imagine what you're gonna go through. Okay, and the one thing to bear in mind is that it's something that we deal with, and our mothers forever live in our hearts, and it could be a bitter pill to swallow. The first Christmas, the first Thanksgiving, the first birthday without a mother. But let's just continue with these holiday traditions. Number 7, exchange gifts. Gift giving is fun and a thoughtful way to celebrate the people you love during the holiday season. There are a variety of popular gift exchanges like Secret Santa or the city tradition of White Elephant. For Secret Santa, people choose a name and a random and secretly buy gifts or whomever they're chosen. They're always fun to guess who is your Secret Santa when you receive a gift. Now, number 8, for some people it's popular, for some people they dread it, is wear an ugly sweater. Dressing up for holiday parties is one of the best parts of the season. It's fun to don your very best, complete with sequins and sparkles, hopefully. But it can be even more fun to show up wearing a Hallmark ugly Christmas sweater, complete with a silly saying or an antiquated embroidery. Hunt for the perfect hideous knit at a thrift shop. Find one with a festive phrase online or make your own. Extra points for garland and flashing lights. Okay, well, thank you very much, Hazel, for stopping by. And please be safe. Okay. Okay. Number 9, watch holiday movies. Now let's keep it a book. We're gonna be seeing the same holiday movies like 20 million times. We're going to see movies like It's a Wonderful Life. We're going to see movies like The Grinch That Stole Christmas. Of course, we're going to see biblical stories and whatnot. I mean, when the weather outside is frightful, the best thing to do is settle down with a blanket, a hot cup of chocolate, and your favorite Christmas movie. From timeless classics like It's a Wonderful Life to the hero's journey of a buddy in Elf, there are so many holiday movies worth watching. Many TV channels have even countdowns to Christmas with a different movie every night. Okay, and number 10. Spend time with the people you love. Holiday traditions are most fun when you're done with cherished friends and family, whether baking cookies or caroling, decorating the tree, or snuggling up to the on the couch with a classic holiday movie. Being surrounded by your favorite people makes everything better. No matter what holiday you choose to celebrate, the season is a time to give thanks, reflect on the past year, and spend time with loved ones. Now, what is my take in all this? These are suggestions for holiday traditions. Again, these are suggestions. What you can do is do your own variation of any of these holiday traditions, or you can come up with different holiday traditions if you're so inclined to do so. Okay. Now, and to be perfectly honest, there might be those that might not be so inclined to observe any holiday traditions, and it could be for many reasons. I mean, again, for many people, the holidays is a happy time. It's a glorious time because you're with loved ones. Okay, you're you're breaking bread. You're spending time and you fellowshipping and what fellowship and whatnot. So for some people, a lot of people, it's a happy time. For others, it is not. And again, I just want to let everybody know that by all means, if you do feel lonely and you need therapy, by all means, get it. There is no shame to get therapy. Okay. Well, it's a shame that you don't try to get therapy and then you make decisions that can have a really horrible impact on your life and the lives of your loved ones. Okay. So the link is there if anybody else wishes to join the panel. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be sharing with all of you what's going to be my upcoming streams. Okay. Now, I do have a stream that's scheduled for, for, for Thursday. I might change it. Um, just give me a moment. Okay. Now, on Wednesday, what we're going to do is we're going to give a shout out to the veterans. Now, why are we doing this? Because we do have to acknowledge the fact that there are men and women who selfishly, wow, they decide to serve our country in any of our branches of the military. Okay, So what they do is they put their lives on hold for whatever length of time that they're serving in active military service. And sometimes, unfortunately, we go to war. So you have these people who are go overseas to serve this country and fight this country's wars. And one thing I can just imagine spending the holidays thousands of miles away from your loved ones. That could be a very bitter pill to swallow. And what could be an even more of a bitter pill to swallow? Losing a loved one because they died serving this country. Okay. So for that reason, why on Wednesday we're going to be doing a shout out to all the veterans. Okay. Because we want to let the veterans know that hey, we appreciate you. We appreciate your time. We appreciate your energy. We appreciate the sacrifices that you made. And some of them paid the extreme sacrifice, which is the shedding of your blood and dying so this country can live and we can exercise the rights where unfortunately we take too much or too easy take for granted. Now Thursday I'm gonna be doing a stream. Now the topic is how to maintain your spirit during trials and tribulations. I may reschedule that for another day. The reason why, because there's another topic which I wish to discuss with everybody. Does a high body count matter? And the whole purpose of that is to have a discussion. Because for some people, it does matter if whether it be, and let's keep it real. There's a double standard when it comes to high body count. I mean, if men have slept with a high number of women, they look upon their studs as as stallions and whatnot. If a woman have a high body count as far as men sleeping with, they're they're considered everything but a child of God. So what I might do is I might air that on Thursday, and that other stream I might air another time sometime next week. I will make a decision regarding that on my next stream, which will be on Wednesday. Now I do appreciate that there's 4 people watching the stream. Um, I guess Mondays may not be the best time to do these streams. Also, next week I'm gonna be going back up. I'm gonna be doing a Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday schedule, and I'm gonna try to keep it that way. Okay, because realistically speaking, it takes time to prepare a stream. It's not just simply get behind a computer and just talk. You have to have things to share. So that being said, let me just get some. Oh boy, I've been doing a lot of talking, so I'm just gonna drink something. Now, what I'm gonna be doing also this week, I'm gonna be sharing with all you the theme for season 5 of Uncommon Sense. And I'm going to explain to you this week the reason why and was my motivation um, for the thing. Now, I'm just going to drop the link one more time. Okay. Now, what I might do, what I might do for the next string, I might not enable the subscriber mode. So we'll see what happens. Now, the reason why I did is to try to control the the trolls from popping on. Okay. So it looks like no one else is going to join the panel. So that being said, I do appreciate all the people who appeared on the chat, which is Magic, Hazel, and Keisha, and the introvert Boricua. Okay. It could be that for some people, this topic is a little depressing. Okay. Again, I want to make this perfectly clear. The whole purpose was not to depress anybody. The whole purpose is just to share on holiday traditions. That's all. Now, hopefully, on Wednesday's screen, we'll have more activity. Okay. So, that being said, I'm going to end the stream, but I do appreciate, and I just want to let everybody know that you're more than welcome to enter a comment after the stream is over. Okay. And again, I'm going to ask that please do not put any negative comments after the stream is over. Because one thing is going to happen. Your comment will be blocked and deleted. It is that simple. Okay. And I just want to comment. Before I leave, I just want to make a brief comment regarding the stream that the Radical Latino had. It was, it wasn't, I found it to be a very good stream. Okay, regarding, those, having an honest discussion regarding can we have Black and Brown unity? Now, just make sure that there's no misunderstanding. I do believe in it. I believe that we can have Black and Brown unity because we do have concerns that are applicable to both our communities. That being said, we must also recognize the fact that there are internal conflicts within the Latino community and the African American community. And the best thing we can do is allow them to resolve those issues. I could be sympathetic regarding concerns of the African American community. However, since I personally experience some of those things, all I can do is just take a seat and try to learn regarding what they go through. So that being said, I'm going to close the same way I always close. Let us all be good to one another. Okay? And I thank all of you for allowing me to come into your devices for whatever length of time that you see fit. So, that being said, this has been another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron, and I wish all of you a very good night and peace out. Strong.